Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Purity, and today we are crocheting this beautiful mesh skirt. It's more of a beach skirt, and I made a matching top for it. This is how the back looks. I just decided to tie that the back, but it can be tied at any side. And this is how the skirt looks generally. And I went ahead and did ribbing at the waist. So please remember to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started with the work. In this tutorial, we are using a 3.5mm hook, a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and a tape measure, and you'll need acrylic yarn. I used 3 different colors of acrylic yarn: yellow, pink, and orange. So to begin this project, we are working from the waist going downwards. Take your hips measurements, and that's how we work. Okay, once you have your hips measurements in check, we will start by making a slip knot, and this is how I make my slip knots. Then you're chaining as long as your hips measurements is. Okay, so right now I'm just chaining, and as you chain, please remember to stretch your work, and it must stretch to your hips measurements. You can chain while you're chaining. Please remember to stretch your work. Okay, as I said, we are stretching our work as we go, and right now this is how long we are, and my hips measurements is 38 inches. So I'm chaining while stretching my work until it gets to 38 inches, which is my hips measurements. Okay, so I am done, and now we are joining the beginning to the end. And before you join, please make sure your work is straight, and this is how we straighten our work, and then we will join the beginning to the end using a slip stitch. I'm done joining my work using a slip stitch like that. Then you chain 2, one, 2, yarn over, and before you start the next stitch, this is how your work should look. It should be one big round circle. Okay, so once you've chained 2, you're going in with a row of double crochets. Okay, yarn over, go to the next stitch. Remember, we are not turning our work, and we are doing a row of double crochets, and we'll do double crochets all round, and I will meet you here where we started our first double crochet. Okay, we're just working with a row of double crochets all round. I'm done, and to join, we are joining on top of chain 2. Okay, we're coming on top of the chain 2 that we started with, and we are joining using a slip stitch like that on top of chain 2, sorry. And this is how your work should look. Okay, so to begin the next row, you will chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn your work. Now we are turning our work, and we are starting to make the mesh stitch yarn over, go in the first stitch and make a double crochet like that. Then you chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet like that. Then you chain 2, yarn over, skip this stitch, go to the next stitch and make a double crochet. Then you chain 2, yarn over, skip the next stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. So this is how we are making these meshes. You chain 2, yarn over, skip the next stitch, go to the next one and make a double crochet. And after every double crochet, please remember to chain 2 and yarn over to begin a new row. So that is how we are making the first row of the mesh stitch, and I will meet you at the end of the row of this first row. Okay. Okay, once you get to the end here, you go on top of chain 4 and we are joining using a slip stitch. Okay, join using a slip stitch on top of chain 4 like this. Like that. Then once I've joined using a slip stitch, chain 4, 3, 4, turn your work, and now we are going on top of the double crochet and we are putting a double crochet. Go on top of that first double crochet, put a double crochet like that. Then you will chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go on top of that second double crochet and do a double crochet, then chain 2, yarn over, go on top of that next double crochet like that and do a double crochet. Then you chain 2, yarn over, go on top of that next double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 2, and we are working like that all round. I will meet you at the end of the row. Okay. Okay, I'm at the end of my work, and remember we are joining on top of chain 4 using a slip stitch. Okay, and then chain 4, turn your work, yarn over, come on top of this first double crochet and put a double crochet there, chain 2, go on top of the next double crochet and put a double crochet, then you chain 2, go on top of the next double crochet and put a double crochet. So this is the pattern, and we're going to work like this all round until when you want to change yarn, and I will show you how we change different types of yarn, but this is the main pattern. We will work like this until where you want your skirt to reach. I'm going to do a few rows, then I will show you how I change the color of yarn. Okay, now introducing new yarn, and it's color yellow, and this is how I make it easier. I've already chained 4 and I'm turning my work, and this is when I bring in the new yarn. Just put it on the hook like that, and when we yarn over, we will yarn over with it. So like this, go on top of that double crochet like that, and I'm carrying along my yarn to avoid too much stitching in when I'm done with my work, and then I'll do a double crochet. So this is how I bring in the new yarn, and it's the same thing I will do to the other types of yarn. Let me just repeat it in a more slow way so that you can see, and then we will continue with the pattern, okay, which is putting double crochet on top of the double crochet. And please always remember to chain 2. And as I said, I'm carrying along my yarn so that I don't have a lot of work while stitching in. As you can see, my yarn is already in, and you're continuing with the pattern. As I said, we are working like this until where you want your skirt to reach. Then I will come and show you how we do the waistband. Okay, this is how my work looks, and I wanted my skirt short, so I did short skirts. As I showed you, it's a very simple tutorial, and now we want to put the waistband, and all this yarn running around, laying around, we will stitch them in. So find the middle of your skirt, and the middle is here at the top where we have this yarn hanging around. This is where we started our skirt from. Reattach your yarn there, and we want to work on the waistband. Okay, so reattach your yarn, and immediately we will start working on the waistband. And for the waistband, I'm using yellow yarn. I've reattached my yarn, and then chain 2, and immediately we are going in the first double crochet, and we are doing a front post like that. For the waistband, we are working with front post and back post, and the next stitch we are going at the back of our skirt like that and doing a back post. The next stitch is a front post like that. The next stitch a back post, and we are alternating between front post and back post all through. And I'll meet you once you're done with your first row of front post and back posts. I am at the end, and at the end here you join on top of chain 2 using a slip stitch. Okay, go on top of chain 2 like this and join using a slip stitch. Then you chain 2, sorry, you're chaining 3, yarn over, and go on top of that front post and do a front post like that, yarn over, go on top of that back post and do a back post. So the pattern is go on front of the front post and do a front post, and where there was a back post we are doing a back post. Okay, we're just alternating front post and back post. And I did 4 rows of front post and back post. Okay, this is how my skirt turned out to be. You can see the waist is coming through well, and I put this band to help adjust the skirt, and this is how the skirt looks. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.